did you guys think about option, what did you guys, what was your opinion of option B? You want to be able to, because both of them I think is good choices for them. I would agree with you guys option C was probably the worst choice because it locks their money in. But what do you guys feel about option B? The money market account, what did you guys say about that?
You said it was like a higher interest rate. That's basically like the biggest turnoff rate.
Okay. Well, it's paying them interest.
Oh,
Yeah, when you're in a savings account, you get paid 4.5% goes in the account. That's what interest rate on it is.
that's the interest rate.
That's all right. No, that's true. So money market account is another way you guys probably a little bit more about. Is another way in which you can put your money in. You can put your money in, and it actually allows you to have unlimited withdrawals as long as you meet a certain balance. And it varies from money market accounts. In this case, it was $10,000. So there is an upside there that they do get a little bit more back in interest, like you guys mentioned. But on the same point with savings, they don't have a fee as long as they keep their minimum is only $2,500, whereas the minimum here is $10,000. So it's balancing out between the two. You guys made, I thought it was good, good decision either way. So good work, guys. All right, moving on to the next ones, we have Angela, which is the first group that had Angela. So you give us a little summary of her, what she's trying to do, and the factors that were involved that you thought, and then go through the options.
Angela Ushida, she's a pastry chef at age 28, making $46,000 a year. She has currently she is paying $900 a month in rent. She has saved about 10% of the purchase price of the type of condominium she is interested in buying. Ms. Yoshida is planning on taking out a fixed rate mortgage to cover the cost of her home rent. It's a fixed rate. The interest rate remains the same for the life of the loan. And she can either take a 20%, 10%, or not take out the down payment at all.
Okay.
And we felt that we thought the 20% down payment would be the best one. Because the interest rate was lower, the loan amount was the lowest out of all three options, and the monthly payment she also didn't have to pay as much as the other two options.
What do you think about the other two options?
Oh, a 0% down payment wouldn't really make any sense because you just have to pay a ton more down the road for a longer amount of time. And then 10%, I mean, the only thing that really made us go away from that is the monthly payment and the loan amount. You had to take out a bit more money.
Okay. Which other group had Angela?
Yeah.
What did you guys feel?
We said the same thing as them for 20% down payment. Option A is the best. That's what. The same reasons what he said.
Yeah. Good rule of thumb: if you can put money down, put money down. You save yourself a lot of interest because over the course of like the length of a lease or a mortgage and so forth, that interest you're gonna sometimes pay double or triple what you would have put down in the long run. So if you put money down, put money down. All right, moving on to Jessica. First we have Jessica. Just give us a summary and some of the factors and options.
Jessica, she just was recently hired by a major PR firm and earned substantially more than she made in her last job. But she had to relocate to the new city to get this position because of her relocation expenses as well as the increase in her cost of living. She has little left over after paying living expenses, student loans, bills, and basic necessities. Her new company, she's trying to figure out a retirement plan to invest, and her new company offers a 400K retirement plan that she has the opportunity to invest in. She's trying to decide what percentage of her salary, if any, she should invest in a 401K plan. And the options for this was option B was to make a 20% contribution now. Option B was to make it 10% now, and option C was to make none at all now.
Okay. So what was your reason? What was your choice and your reasoning?
We chose option C because although she's not putting any money down right now, but next year she will put down 5% each year. So due to she just moved and she doesn't really have money to put down any money right now, over the next year, she can start putting down 5% each year.
Okay. Who else had, Jessica, your group? What did you guys say?
We said that we shouldn't put any money down
You
now.
picked option C.
And we picked option C because she's paying all her bills right now and it sounded like she's barely getting by, and so it's not a wise decision to put any money down towards retirement when she doesn't have any to put down.
Okay. What's up? All right, the last one are the Robinsons. Your group had, your group had the Robinsons first, so you guys want to present that really quick?
We chose option B. The three options were individual stocks, mutual funds, or government bonds. And we chose mutual funds because
So I'll just read the scenario real quick. But just so you guys know, the Robinsons, they're a couple. They're a pediatric nurse and principal. They have a combined salary of $130,000. They have $30,000 saved right now that they're looking to invest. And they're hoping, they're both 56 and 57, and they want to grow their investment over the next 3 years so that they can look to maybe eventually buy a house or retire.
so for saving up their money and increasing it, we chose mutual funds because it has lower risk. Because stocks have higher return but more risk for losing their money, and then government bonds take longer to get the money. They still get the money, but they want it within 3 to 5 years, and the bonds take 10 to 20 years.
Okay.
So we chose mutual funds because the risk seemed lower and it had a sensible return for what they want to spend their money on.
Yep. It's a big part of economics. It's not just what's the safest option or what's the most risky, it's also what's the most appropriate for what you're looking for in your time of life. Your group had the Robinsons as well. What did you guys say?
We chose option D.
You chose option B as well? Same reasoning or different reasoning?
Yeah, it was the safest route for us and what they wanted to do.
Well, thanks guys. You guys did a really good job. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, I thought that, see a lot of good economic decision making, discussion going on right now. One of the big things, like I mentioned right there, to consider when you look at economics, it's not always just about, it's not economics really, and you probably know, it's not really just about numbers or even sometimes always just purely about money. It's also about making decisions that are right for the time. And in economics, a lot of times they involve money, or they involve time, or they involve taking on some risk of time. But economics is really purely based around decision making and these trade-offs. So going forward, I just want to. So Ms. Lori Smith, there's that experts recommendation right here, and on Monday, Ms. Lori Smith is going to be going through here, and they actually have some financial experts who are going to talk and evaluate. And so you guys can compare, so they're going to explain each option, and you can compare kind of where you guys, your guys' learning process and thought process was in compared to theirs. And so we can get a little bit more detailed idea, and also see where, see where you guys, were right, where you're wrong, where you're adjusting, and just get some more insight from them as well. So she'll be following up with you guys on that on Monday. So remember your sheets, remember your groups as well. So remember scenarios. And so I'm just going to finish right here with the discussion question, because if you notice on all of those options, most of what you're talking about was either investing or using credit. So I just want to talk specifically about credit because it's something that's just really readily available. Like I could order something I could take on my phone right now and go on Amazon and order something over credit in about 15 seconds, because now on Amazon they have to buy in one click. So they're making it even, it's already easy enough to buy stuff online. Now they're saying you just press one click and they'll buy it for you. So credit is incredibly easily available to most people nowadays, and it wasn't always like that. I mean, if you look back and if you look at, does anyone here watch It's a Wonderful Life? Never. No. You?
A long time ago.
A long time ago. See, same here. I watched it. My mom liked the movie, so I used to watch it around holiday time. And in that movie, there's a run on the bank. There's a run on the bank at one point because people aren't sure if the bank is going to be able to hold, so they're not sure if they're going to be able to get their money. So people, even back then, are so worried about, will I be able to get my money too, but also is the bank going to close, and where am I going to get loans, where am I going to be able to pay for things? Now that's not really a concern. Yes, we have economic crisis and stuff, but generally, for the most part, getting personal credit, we don't worry about. Like, if we want personal credit, there's enough junk mail that we get each day, at least I get each day, that's offering me easy credit. So I just want you guys to think about, you can be in groups or individually, just for a little bit, about is easy credit a good or a bad thing for our economy? Because there's pros and cons to each. So we'll take about 3 minutes for you guys to think about that, and then we're gonna come back and just, after you guys give me a little feedback. That's what Freeman was saying. That's why my mom actually, grandma had a score, everybody's saying insurance, like credit card. They spend it like yourself, and they never really what that
Women can.
That's just great.
Shut me off. Thank you.
That's all that.
It's right up there with.
That's a short. Because technically they gotta know it. And I don't trust them. Forget it. Very short. Monday. I'm probably putting that in. I'm probably gonna work on this anyway. Wednesday morning. We should get ready for Wednesday. I think that it makes it precarious. Awesome. It's my favorite days.
All right, class, welcome back. All right. I'm going for a little bit of feedback right now for you guys on the discussion questions. So, Ann? Yep. What do you think about these? What do you think about?
If you're responsible, like with a credit card, then you like, if you're responsible with a credit card, it's like, then it can be a good thing for you. Like, right, you like you paying everything off at a certain time. But like, if you're not, you're responsible. You just like taking a whole bunch of money out, money that you can't, you know you ain't got, and that you can't get back at that point. Then that's where it becomes like a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think? Do you think that it has a good effect on the economy though, or a bad effect? Like the fact that people can have easy credit to buy stuff.
Bad. I think it's more of a bad effect because then you like banks take out money. Because if you file bankruptcy or something like that, you can't do it.
Mr. Larry Smith, is filing bankruptcy, is that just for business, or you can do that as a,
Individuals.
You can do that for individuals.
And both.
Not wise, but you can do it.
I mean, there's pros and cons. This is mainly a discussion question. For different people, as you mentioned, they can be good or bad. It could be good or bad for the economy. There's some companies that maybe them taking out credit is good for the economy because they get money put into it. They get money moving. They're able to buy and expand the capital. But at the same point, if they mismanage it, it may end up bad for the economy because people lose jobs. You'll end up having a loss of capital or a loss of people's investments. James? Yeah, what do you think about credit? Easy credit.
I think that if you manage it right, it's good. But like, if it should be a little harder to get, I think, just so people who don't know how to manage it correctly can't get to it easily.
Nicey? Nisi. What do you think? What do you think about how easy we can get credit? Has it dropped? What do you think?
Says you're fast.
She passes? All right. Stacy? Yeah. Stacy, what do you think?
Well, I just had a thought, sorry, that some things could be like a scam or it could be like addictive, so the credit keeps adding and adding, so it's not that good of a thing to do.
It's not good to keep adding credit?
That, like, sometimes, like, if you pick the wrong thing, it can actually bring your credit down, I guess.
Okay.
That can really hurt you.
Okay.
Jenny.
What's it?
Hi.
Kayla? What do you think?
I think that it can help the economy grow.
Do you think?
As people spend money, you spend money, then that's money for the businesses and lots of
Yeah, Kayla brings up a good point. Credit can help the economy because it does get money flowing. You'll hear a lot about what, a lot of times when a lot of people are saving, that the economy tends to slow down a little bit or tighten up because people are saving money rather than spending. So there's not much money getting transferred around, so you're not seeing a lot of growth sometimes, which can be a good thing or bad thing to stop inflation or so forth, as you mentioned. Inflation, as I said, easy credit isn't always a bad thing. It's nice, it is nice to have, it is really nice and convenient to have easy credit available and not have to worry about it all the time. All right, Marcus? What do you think?
I think it's fine for people who know how to manage it, but if you don't, then it's really bad.
Yeah. Along the same lines, credit. One thing to think about when it comes to credit is that you guys go over that Adam Smith quote about like the butcher and the baker.
No, we didn't do that one.
All right, so basically, Adam Smith was this British guy back in the 1700s who talked about economics. He said this great thing, which was, it's not because the butcher and the baker, back then they actually had butchers and bakers, they didn't have Myers and Walmart, Kroger. They said it's not because of them, because they're nice people, that they're saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to feed all these people. It's not out of the goodness of their heart, really, that they're all doing it. It's because you're giving them something, because they're earning something from that. And so you have to think credit is a service, it's a good at the same time. So that's why managing is so important, because yes, people are offering to you, but a lot of these people aren't offering you credit because they just feel nice and want to give it to you. And like, oh, I want to pay for this guy's things. It's because they expect something in return too, and they expect you to pay them back, and if you don't, they have a lot of these, there's always a way that when you're working with goods that someone is looking to get something out of it. So that's why you get involved with this, you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And I saw you guys are doing some of that with your client profiles as well. But that's something to remember when it comes to credit. It is a good, and there is someone on the other end. You're not just getting money from someone who just wants to pay for it, just, oh, I'm going to be nice and give it to you. Trey?
It could create more goods and services, so money flow.
Absolutely. Like if you look at homes, the price, as you mentioned, like you create more goods and services. If you look at the price of homes now, the population has increased, and people are continually living in, building better houses. All more, like central, now all houses built today probably have central air and all these things that weren't weren't in maybe 50 years ago, weren't naturally in houses. The price of housing has gone way up, so maybe without credit, if you could get easy credit, you may not see a whole lot of new houses built or a whole lot of people moving to new housing. So that creates a whole industry. It's probably, the housing industry is all built around being able to get easy credit and easy mortgages. Good point, Trey. Devin? What do you think?
I think that easy credit's probably not a great thing for those who don't have a lot of self-control.
Okay.
Because without that self-control, without that plan, when you're going to spend your money, you can go completely out of control with it.
Yeah, no, sure. You have to be a little bit self-aware and understand when it comes. So you need to be self-disciplined when it comes to credit. I was just talking with Lori Smith. My mom actually remembers when credit cards first really came out, and when they got their first credit card. My mom and grandma, they remember going out and buying a ton of stuff on credit because they just, you know, that was new, no one really knew exactly kind of what the specifics, you know, they were kind of not giving a whole lot of details on it. And then my dad's just like, wait a minute, what did you just do? Because, and you know, for the next couple of years, they're paying off credit card debt because, and at that point, it really wasn't much self-discipline because they didn't know at the time, but for a lot of people, that's a real thing, where they, you know, it's so easy to spend stuff on credit. You can get a habit of that. You know what, I'll just pay for it on credit, because you don't actually see the money go out of your account right away. So you don't have to immediately pay for the results, if you will in the future. So it's hard sometimes for people who are disciplined to make good decisions, and they don't have to pay for them right now.
Adam, come on in, I have a seat over here, okay? Thank you.
Right, Janae?
Sit back down over there.
You bet, all right.
That chair's moving.
Rick?
I think it'd be a bad thing, because it's so convenient, sometimes you can forget that you actually have to pay it off eventually. So you're kind of just doing it and without, you know, having to give, I feel like if you have to give your money right then, you'll make more decisions if you want it something, but if you don't have to give it right then, you decide that you can just do it.
That's true. A lot of times we'll make smarter decisions if we know we have to pay for it right now. If we can make it say, oh, we'll deal with it later down the road, we may make decisions that we wouldn't make right now. So that's one of the things we give credit. You have to think, should I really be making this decision? All right, Chantal?
I feel I would never want a credit card because I mean, in ways it's a good thing to have one, but in other ways it's not because, as everyone else is saying, like you can overspend and then not even pay attention to how much you're spending and not realize that you really have to pay it back. And a lot of people do that. I don't know a lot of people that do it.
Rachel?
I think easy credit can be a very bad thing because coming from like seeing a situation myself where there's been people who've gotten low credit cards and they've had to pay these massive bills, I think that, like Evan mentioned, for people without self-control, it's not a very good thing. But I also agree with what Kayla mentioned in the sense where it helps businesses grow and therefore helps the economy grow.
Yeah, agreed. And you know the thing about when we talk about self-discipline and you know, oh, it can be bad for the company. It happens. You know, getting hurt by credit. It doesn't just happen to people who don't have a lot of money, or people who are just spending stuff with money that they don't have. Some people have the money and they just choose to spend on credit because it's convenient, and they'll just pay it back later, and it still ends up hurting them. Does anyone know who Vince Young is?
Yeah.
He's quarterback for Tennessee Titans. He is now bankrupt right now and he was a professional football player for the NFL, drafted first overall, made a ton of money. But what he did was he bought almost everything on credit. And so one of the things that hurt him is he always assumed that he had money. And so he just kept buying and buying stuff. Well, the problem is when you're buying all this stuff on credit, eventually, with someone like him, since he wasn't keeping organized, he kind of lost track of how much he owed. So he wouldn't have been able to look back and say, okay, I spent this much, I probably should buy this because I don't have that much money. So then when he got cut from NFL teams and ended up out of the league and the salary went away, he didn't really know how much in debt he was, and then all these bills started coming back in, and he went bankrupt pretty quick. I mean, he was doing some ridiculous stuff. He once bought out, after he lost a game, he once didn't want to ride back with anyone on a plane, so he bought out the entire plane so he could ride back to Tennessee alone.
So bougie.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what I'm saying, but that decision is maybe a little bit extreme, but as I'm saying, it's not just for particular people. It can happen to anyone, and that's one of the dangers too. Is that not only can it go out of control, you can lose track too of how much it really is. All right, Davian? Diabian?
I think easy credit would be bad because say if you had a small town, thinking that's only a few stores, and it's that few many people, and then they're just careless using credit a lot, and then they're stuck in debt, and it stops the flow of money with the other stores.
And he brings a good point. Even though easy credit can help money flow, if someone defaults on their credit, it hurts everyone involved because now someone was expecting money. Not only do you not have any money right now because the credit, because the credit bankrupted you, but other people who you owed money aren't getting it as well. So easy credit can cause things to grow, but if it collapses, which is what you see a lot of these things like the Great Depression and the housing crisis in 2008 and all these things, when it collapses, it can really devastate the economy or all those involved, because a lot of people are banking on you getting credit.
Bye guys, have a good weekend. Don't forget to work on those essays, okay?
Hey, what are you talking about?
You weren't here earlier.
I don't want to do it. Don't give me that.
It's for the final exam. If you write a rough draft on the essay is why would we say it's not?
Why would you?